Hi, everybody. Here are the expressions from Wednesday night. So, very often, the first part of a conversation when you're being introduced to somebody is they'll say, "Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm very glad to meet you. I'm happy to meet you." Nice means good. Nice to meet you. This is not to. It's going to be this symbol. We'll look at this a little closer later. I'll show you the pronunciation. For this is the most common pronunciation in English. It's a very low nice to meet you. Very often when you get this T and Y-O-U combination, you don't get meet you, you'll get a meet you. So it's hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Not nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. And very often, after you know each other's names, you'll then focus on, so, where are you from? Where are you from? Very common in spoken English is we get a word like where are. Because this is a hard sound followed by a soft sound, you get where are. Where are you from? You don't get where are, you get where are you from? So, where are you from? We'll be going over this more as we continue, but you'll see it all the time in spoken English. The hard sounds will always move over to the next sound that's soft. So, where are you from? Well, I'm from Flushing. How about you? How about you? How about you? Here's that softing again. Here's that hard sound moving over to the soft sound. It'll become, how about you? Here's that T and Y sound again. So it's not how about you, it's how about you? How about you? How about you? The hard sound is moving over. The hard sound moves over. So you get, how about you? This is this, and this one moves over to this sound. How about you? So I'm from Flushing. How about you? Well, you might say, I'm from Europe, I'm from Asia, I'm from this country, that country. But, like in tonight's conversation, you'll see somebody from a military family. So they might say, we moved all over the place. We moved all over the place. We moved all over the place. Meaning they lived in many different places. Might be many places in this country, other countries. You'll see that in the conversation. Here again, the hard sound moves over to the soft sound. So you get moved-o, moved-o. See, the L sound also moves over. So you don't get moved all over. You get moved all over, moved all over. We moved all over the place. When Americans are speaking quickly, native speakers are speaking quickly, some sounds tend to disappear. This sound, the R, you won't really hear it. You're not going to hear lover, you're going to hear loba. We moved all over the place. We moved all over the place. You can always choose to pronounce words the way you want to. But in this class, you're going to be practicing listening. So you'll have to hear how very fluent speakers make the sounds. Connected spoken English is not like the words individually spoken. Don't worry if it's a little complicated now. As we go through all our topics, you'll see more of these examples. And you don't need to take notes now, as I told you, because I give you a video of this after the class, and you'll understand it. So somebody might, you moved all over the place, but where? Well, mostly we were overseas. Mostly we were overseas. Meaning overseas, when Americans say overseas, we mean over the Atlantic in Europe, or over the Pacific in Asia, or Africa. Very often this T sound is not made in this word. You'll hear mostly, not mostly, mostly. Here you have this hard sound moving over here again. So you hear wa-roba. This R sound again is often not made. So you get Mostly, we were overseas. Mostly we were overseas. Mostly we were overseas. Then next you're going to talk with each other about what do you do? What do you do means what? Are you a student? Do you work at home? Do you have a job? Do you have a company? So what do you do now? Here we have very similar sounds. Even though they're hard sounds, should be separated. You're only going to hear one sound. Now this symbol, this is a very soft D sound. You'll often hear people say New York City, not New York City. They'll go New York City. That's the D sound. So here you only hear one hard sound. So what do you, and this soft sound. What do you do now? See, we have two. U is commonly not spoken as you. It becomes yeah. So what do you do now? Again, this is going to be a little confusing for many of you. I give you a video at the class. Don't try copying down notes. You'll lose it. Just listen and think about it. So, what do you do now? And I tell you, well, I'm an astronaut. I just came back from the moon. Oh, really? Oh, really? Meaning, that's surprising. Oh, really? You teach English? Oh, really? And sometimes when we think people maybe they're not telling us exactly the truth, we might, yeah, oh really? No kidding? But sometimes if we're just surprised at what somebody says, even if we believe them, we'll go, no kidding? No kidding. That hard sound moves over, you get that soft D sound. And with this, these ing sounds are usually ing, like no kidding. Very often you'll just hear no G. You'll hear no kidding. Oh, really? No kidding. I'll see you guys on Friday.